Hi friends, I'm Victoria. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today, it is Friday. It's the start of a new reading vlog, and I'm really excited because I haven't done a reading vlog like this before with this theme, and the theme today is sci-fi horror. I'm so excited. I really do love sci-fi horror. I don't read enough of it. I love watching it. I feel like sci-fi horror is one of those areas that really does scare me. There's something about like the unknown and space, and I love sci-fi horror, tech horror. I feel like we're seeing a lot of AI horror come out too, and we're gonna have a little bit of that in this one as well. But yes, I can't wait to bring you along with me while I read. Right now I have 3 books on my list. I feel like I should easily get to all of them because 2 of them are pretty short and easy. I think 2 of them are novellas. So yeah, we have 2 novellas, 1 longer one. First up, we have William by Mason Coile. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This is a new release, and I'm really excited because some of y'all have recommended this to me, and also one of you let me know, Josh, you let me know that this was based on Halloween night, so excited because I need the Halloween feels. It's still like a bajillion degrees in Denver. It's really bumming me out, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be like upper 80s, almost 90 all weekend. Makes me sad. Just makes me sad. It's really hard to get into the spirit when it's a bajillion degrees, and I'm like, I can't even go on a walk right now. It's too hot. But anyway, yes, I'm excited to read a book based on Halloween night. So it says psychological horror meets cyber noir in this delicious one-sitting read, a haunted house story in which the haunting is by AI. And we essentially have this engineer who has created this conscious AI robot, and it seems like no one knows about it because he's kind of like a hermit, and even with his wife he's been distant from her, and she doesn't know about the robot. And she finally invites some people, her co-workers, over for dinner and to meet Henry because no one has met him yet, and he decides to introduce them to William, and it says that things go from strange to much worse. So I'm really excited about this. I feel like there's been a few of, you know, the techie like horror movies recently, but I haven't read a book about it. So I'm excited to give it a go. And I've also heard this is pretty darn good. So I can't wait. So next we have This World Is Not Yours by Kemi Ashing-Giwa. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This one is another little short novella, and we're following these people as they embark to colonize a new planet. It says that the planet, beautiful and lethal, produces the gray, a self-cleaning mechanism. Scientists are certain only attacks invasive organisms, consuming them. Humans have been careful to do nothing to call attention to themselves until the rival colony wakes the gray. So it sounds like there's another colony also trying to colonize this planet, and they're going against each other while there's also this really harmful organism thing on the planet. Sounds good. It says that there's more than one way to be eaten alive, so I feel like we might get a little bit of a, I don't know if it's going to be like a creature feature or what it's going to be, or if it's just like about this like organic matter coming after them. I don't know, but it sounds good. I like the idea of like, I wonder if we're going to get some like commentary here about like colonization as a whole. But yeah, I'm interested in this, and space, new planet, why not? Next is one that I have been wanting to get to since before it even came out. It is Ghost Station by S.A. Barnes. I read Dead Silence by this author and loved it, and that book scared me. So there's something about space horror that, I don't know, sometimes really gets to me. But in this one, we have a crew on an abandoned planet. We don't know what went down there. People start turning up murdered, and it seems like they're trying to figure out why the previous colonizers left in such a hasty departure. And they're trying to figure out if it's something mental that happened or if something more sinister happened to them. So I'm excited. This sounds so good. I already know I really enjoy this author's writing and just how immersive it is, and how they can really write something that's haunting and scary and gets under your skin. So I can't wait to read this. I'm on my lunch break right now. I still have a lot of work to get done today. So after my lunch break, I'm gonna sit down, turn my volume on, my jazz ambiance video, light a candle, get a sparkling water and just sit and start working away, because I feel like I would just love to go into this weekend knowing I really accomplished a lot at work today. So I'm going to do that, knock that out. And then we are going to see Something Corporate tonight. I love Something Corporate, one of my favorite high school bands, and I just am really excited. I've never seen Something Corporate. They broke up before, you know, I was even like old enough to go to shows really, but I have seen Andrew McMahon just in his other endeavors live before. He's great, but I cannot wait to see him play Something Corporate songs, because those are my favorite. And I have also looked at the set list, and it sounds like he's playing Constantine, which in high school, little Victoria would be like, that's my favorite song of all time. And in my brain, I just really never thought I would hear that song live. He was pretty against playing it live for many, many years. As of late, he's been playing it more, and I'm like, thank you. Give the people what they want, please. So I'm just so excited because I looked at the set list. He's playing it. And yeah, it's just one of those things that I've been waiting for so many years to see Something Corporate songs played live. So I can't wait. There's Remy. He's just doing his thing. And tomorrow we have a party at our friend's house. He throws, every once in a while, he'll throw a party, like themed parties. Like he did a Titanic theme party, which, you know, I ate that right up. And it was on like April 14th. I'm like, love it. But, and then he did like a Spain party where everyone like brings a dish, and, this one is based on Australia, and we are kind of stumped on what to bring. We'll see. I have a Tasmanian devil. I have a Tasmanian devil shirt, so I'm gonna wear that to be on theme, just like Looney Tunes. And I was like, perfect, I'll wear this. But yeah, that's really all we have planned this weekend. I'm gonna try to go to the gym a few times. In a perfect world, I would love to get out to the mountains, even just to do like a drive. If we just take a few hours to do a drive to see the leaves. It is kind of peak leaf peeping right now in the mountains. And I just hate how it's so short and only lasts a few seconds. Hi. Hello, sir. But I hate how it's so short, and you really just have a few days where the aspens are really looking good. So I don't know. The downfall is everyone and their mom and their grandpa and all the people will be also doing the same thing. They'll be driving up to the mountains, and I feel like the traffic will just be a nightmare. So I don't know what to do, but I feel like we're gonna miss the leaves, and it's stressing me out. September's almost over. It's literally ending this weekend. Yeah, the 1st is on Tuesday. Oh my gosh, I feel like I haven't done anything. Oh my gosh, it's freaking me out. Okay. I'm trying to be not stressed out about it. I just want to have fun with the season and not pressure myself. And I don't know. I feel like all of you can probably relate about like feeling the pressure of like doing so many things to really make you feel like, oh, you did all the Halloween stuff or the fall stuff or the Christmas stuff when it comes. And it can be overwhelming, especially just like with living life. And I'm just trying to take it easy and enjoy myself, and not put pressure on myself to do more than I can, you know? Like, I can only do so much. I'm gonna eat my lunch. I have, like, one of those kimbap from Trader Joe's in the freezer that I'm gonna make, and then, yeah, get to work and get some stuff done, and then I will update you later. Hi friends. Okay, it is later Friday night. We went to the show. It was amazing. I truly was not prepared for that show. I don't know. Growing up, Something Corporate was such a huge band to me, and I feel like I've seen pretty much all the bands that I love so much growing up at this point. And Something Corporate was just like one of those bands that I really did not think I was ever going to see. And yeah, just those songs performed live, I was struggling. I was crying. I cried a few times. The show was amazing. Andrew McMahon is such a performer, amazing on the piano. His voice is killer. Had so much fun. And opening for them is May, which is another band I absolutely loved growing up. But we have seen them like 3 times in the past year. I don't know how it's happened, but we just keep seeing them. And which is great because I had never seen. It was another band where I was like, I'm probably never going to see this band. And then suddenly they were like, let's do a tour. And then now they keep touring. And yeah, they opened up for them. And then yeah, Something Corporate was just, it was so good. They played all the songs I loved. And they played the full song of Constantine, which, as I mentioned earlier, I would have said was one of my favorite songs of all time. It still is. But when I was younger, in my teens, like probably from like 15 until I was 20, I would have said like Constantine was my favorite song of all time. And it's an almost 10-minute song. It's like 9 minutes and like 34 seconds or something. And I thought tonight we would get like a shortened like 3-minute version of it, but he played the whole song and I was in tears. I just couldn't believe it. And yeah, it was awesome. I'm like getting emotional. I'm like, am I okay? Why am I crying over this one? I didn't expect to get so emotional about this, but I did. And I'm just so happy I was there. It was a sold out show. And yeah, it was awesome. I'm very, very happy right now. Just like little Victoria is so thrilled. So before the show, we had dinner at home. We had vegan dino nuggets that we had in the freezer and some corn and green beans. It was good. And then I got ready and I did read a bit of the book because I had like an hour and a half between when I was getting ready and when we were ready to go, because the doors didn't open till 7 and we were like, well, we're not going to leave till 7. So yeah, I had quite a bit of time and I got like 40-ish% into The World Is Not Yours. I don't know how I feel about this book so far. I thought it was going to be something very different. So far we have this couple and they are a lesbian couple, and we have, what are their names? Amara and Vin, I believe. Vin is kind of like the security person, like head of, I don't want to say war, but like like head of defense for this settlement on this planet. And then her wife is an engineer and she works with this gray matter. It's not living or anything, but it's like, they're very strange in describing it. It's not quite a liquid and not quite a goo. I don't know, but it's kind of like a goopy substance, let's say. And it's gray, like almost opalescent. And this gray matter is kind of like a filter, if you will, where it will clear out different substances from the planet that might hurt it. It doesn't work on humans or infect like living beings really, but if there are any like chemicals or like strange things in the air, it can filter those out. So then, I can't remember her name. It starts with that A, but she works with this matter and is trying to discover more about it. And then, yeah, Vin is the person over defense for this community. And they are settling on this planet. And they're one of the settlements, but there is another settlement that is basically like rivals. And they are both vying to have ownership over this planet. So we have kind of like this war scenario going on between these two settlements, as well as something spooky going on with this gray matter on this planet. So there's kind of like two things going on, but really so far, not a lot has happened. We're really following our girls in their relationship, and they are kind of, it's just kind of like a lot of domestic drama at this point. And I'm kind of shocked by that because I did not think that's what this was going to be about at all. So I'm a little bit bored. I was like, I'm waiting for something really to happen. There's been kind of like a couple of small things, but really only one little thing with this gray matter that has happened so far. So I really hope it picks up soon, because it's such a short read that I don't understand why nothing has happened really so far. It's been kind of just set up so far of what is going on this planet, and then just our main character is this couple that we're following. So yeah, I don't know. Not my favorite so far. I'm hoping it picks up and gets like sci-fi horror-y, because it's honestly not that at all so far. So we shall see. Hi friends, it's Saturday afternoon. It's like 12:30 now. We've had mostly a lazy morning. Drew got up, he watched the Arsenal game. I laid in bed and watched some YouTube videos, drank coffee, read my book. I did finish This World Is Not Yours. I will talk about that. But then Drew did go to the store to get some stuff to make something for the Australia themed party tonight. We made Anzac biscuits. They're basically kind of like oatmeal cookies almost, but it was a recipe that fit with Australia for one, so that's what we needed. And it was also easy and we could veganize it. So yeah, we made those. That took a while, but it honestly was really easy. You just like mixed like oats, flour, sugar, some like coconut flakes, and just melted butter and maple syrup on the stove and then mixed them all together. It was a super simple recipe, and I think we'll definitely be making them again. They're freaking delicious, and they taste just like these cookies that I would have when I was in high school. We would have like this break after first period that was like a 15-minute break, and you could get snacks, and the cafeteria would always sell these cookies for 25 cents, and these cookies taste exactly the same. Like, it was kind of like a freaky moment, because I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't had these cookies since I was in high school, and they taste exactly like them. They're so good, and it kind of makes sense because they're just like really, I mean, there's no eggs or anything, so they're pretty cost effective, and you can leave the coconut out if you don't like coconut. So I was like, wow, this makes so much sense why these were used at my high school. They also were used a lot in the like army, the Australian army, it seems like. So as a snack, and then they became popular that way. Would highly recommend you Googling an Anzac biscuit recipe and make it, because it's super, super simple. And that's coming from someone that is not a baker. But yeah, I finished This World Is Not Yours. I don't like this book. Or novella, whatever. I do not like it. I suffered through this, honestly. And it felt so much longer than it was. Like, I was struggling. Like, last night I was talking how, you know, we were 40% in, nothing had happened. We were just getting this like toxic relationship, domestic drama stuff going on. And then we do get some stuff with the planet and the gray matter coming into play at the 50% point. There are a couple of scenes where you're like, oh, spooky, but it's like so short, such a little minuscule part of this book. And then we just like go back to the drama and the fighting, and oh, I'm mad at you and I don't like you anymore, and like, you were my wife, and blah, blah, blah. It's just like, I'm like, something's going down on this planet, and y'all are just like being dramatic little babies right now. Like, there's other things to worry about, like staying alive, perhaps. It was just so bizarre to me. And I just like, every time we would go back to the relationship stuff, I was like, really, please, for the love, y'all are on this planet, things are going down. Why am I listening to this? Like, why are you arguing? Like, learn how to survive. What sucks so much about it was that the initial idea of this gray matter and what it can do is really good. It's spooky. And it could be an amazing book. Like, just focus on that and them like trying to survive on this planet that, you know, I mean, the book is called This World Is Not Yours. Like, this planet does not want these people there. And yeah, I feel like there was so much missed opportunity and it just bummed me out so much. And, you know, it does that thing where the synopsis and the marketing is totally off from what this book really is. They're like, oh, it's horrifying. It's like S.A. Barnes and Cassandra Caw. And no, it's not. It's not. Apart from the fact that we're in space. No, I don't even know how they came up with Cassandra Caw at all with this one. No, not even getting any like really good atmosphere world building. And I'm like, 50% of this book, we were just talking about this couple and how they are mad at each other and how like their relationship sucks or whatever. And I'm like, we could have had, you know, 50% of world building and really giving us the full feel of this planet that is out to get them. Why couldn't we get that? I don't know. I'm frustrated. Can you tell? Like, I'm a little bit mad. I'm gonna give it 2 stars. Like, part of me wants to give it less than that, but I very rarely give 1-star reviews. Like, that's like if everything about it is wrong or if they're like super problematic. And this was just like, whatever. I would have been happy to not read this. So, you know, take it from me. Maybe don't pick this one up. I'm excited to read William because I've heard it's good. So I'm hoping that that one, you know, lifts my spirits. And I also feel like Ghost Station is going to be amazing. So, you know, we started off with a flop. I'm kind of happy we just got that out of the way then. But we don't have the party until 7 tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I would have loved to go on a walk, but it is literally 87 degrees, so that's not happening. Drew's on the treadmill. He went to the gym, and I'm like, I don't want to walk on the treadmill either. And then I looked to see if there was any like yoga classes or anything, but there aren't any this afternoon, which is a bummer. But that's okay. I'm just gonna have a chill day, hang out. Maybe I'll do some laundry. I still need to put my bats up. Maybe I'll do that. I need to put my bats up. Okay, we are on our way to go to the Australia theme party that our friend is throwing. Drew just went into the store to go get us some bevies, and I got the cookies on a tray in my lap. But yes, after my last update, I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and then I edited a video. I spent like 3-ish hours editing, and I got almost done with the rough cuts of a vlog. I showered, got ready, and while I was getting ready, I was listening to William. So let's talk about William, all right? I'm really loving it. I'm only a quarter in so far, but we have our main character, Henry. He is an engineer. His wife is also in tech, but he has slowly, progressively gotten worse with his agoraphobia, and he hasn't been leaving the house. He is just scared to go outside and to interact with people, really. And his wife is actually pregnant right now, and she has invited some people over for dinner, a couple of her coworkers over for dinner, and hopefully kind of use it as a bit of a test to see how he does. Because they're really hoping for him to kind of get over the hump with his agoraphobia before she gives birth so that he can like be there to help with the baby and, you know, be there in the delivery room too. So he's definitely struggling and having these nightmares about their home. They are some scary dreams for sure, and he kind of talks about them a little bit, but it seems to have something to do with the house, like all of his dreams do. And it is Halloween night right now. Hear about the neighbors having decorations, and they're talking about should they get candy for trick-or-treaters, and they're like, well, you won't even be able to open the door anyway, so, you know, they decide against that. Our main guy, Henry, has been working on this robot, and we meet this robot early on where he is having this conversation with Henry, and the robot seems like totally just like a person. They are holding a conversation. It seems like he's kind of frustrated about being stuck upstairs. He also seems to know more than what Henry has even told him, and he's kind of like, how do you know that? And it's just a bit mysterious. And that was like our first intro with this robot. And the friends come over for dinner, Henry's having a hard time. He's really struggling with communicating, and he decides to show them William. And things quickly start going downhill. I am a quarter in now, and things have already started to happen with William. So I love that. I'm really enjoying this a lot. I think the characters are great. I feel like the amount of setup we've gotten has surprisingly painted a really clear picture of these characters. And I just can't wait to see where it goes. Like, it feels like it's going to get quite spooky. So fingers crossed. I'm really excited about it. But yeah, Drew's coming back with the drinks, and we're gonna head and have a fun Australian party. I don't know what that's gonna be like, but we shall see. But I will update you later. It is Sunday afternoon. It's like 1:30 p.m. now. Last night we had so much fun at the party. Everyone loved my Tasmanian devil t-shirt. So that was awesome. But yeah, we just had some food. They made Impossible burgers for us. There's actually a handful of vegans and vegetarians in our friend group. So we had that, and someone made vegan like little meat pies, and we had our cookies, and yeah, there was just like lots of fun food that people made. And then we played games, and yeah, a big old night. And we got home at like midnight, and yeah, I washed my face, went to bed. I didn't read anymore after that. And I woke up at like 8 a.m. this morning, hung out, drank some coffee. I read a bit of William while Drew was working on his Lego set, and I kept reading. And then I did take off my nail stickers last night, my Ashing-Giwa nail stickers, and while I was laying in bed before I went to sleep, I just started picking at them, and I was like, I gotta take these off right now. But they lasted 2 weeks exactly, so that's great. And I was like, I'll have a night to air my nails out. And then I did them again this morning while I listened to the audiobook. And yeah, pretty much just sat and read most of the day so far. William, let's talk about it. William, thank you so much to everyone that recommended this. This was so good. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. There's a twist in this. And when I say this twist happened, my jaw was on the floor. I was really like I stood up, and I was like, well, I was standing up anyway, but I was like, no, what? I loved the twist. I loved the kills in here. We get some like really gruesome, eerie kill scenes, and the whole time you're just like, oh my gosh, this robot is evil, and you are scared, and you're just like, what's gonna happen next? How can these people possibly survive this? And the ending, everything, it was the perfect little spooky season read. You do get the little bit of element of Halloween. I will say they mention it at the beginning and then at the end, and that's about it, where they mention Halloween. But you know, it's like a little bit of a Halloween snack, and I love that. And then, yeah, the ending was killer. So good. Love the twist. It caught me off guard. I was truly shocked and appalled in the best way. And yeah, it was definitely spooky, scary. And I am just so happy that they kept this short, because I feel like so many horror books recently I've been reading, I'm like, they could have cut stuff out and this would have been action-packed. Things would have been great and the pacing would have been perfect. And I feel like this book got that. And I am so thankful and grateful. You should definitely pick this up. It's perfect for the Halloween season and just a super easy, quick one to get through. So like for Halloween weekend, this is one you could pick up. Yeah, I'm thrilled with it. I'm so happy, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. I really liked how we see these characters progress and change, and like more things come out. Yeah, and the ending was So good. Thank you so much again. I appreciate you. You all get me. You know what I like, and you were right. This was so good. We're gonna go see The Substance. We're about to head that way. I am so excited to see this movie. It's beauty horror. You know, it's like one of my favorite genres, and I keep hearing amazing things about this movie. So gonna go see The Substance. Our friend Scott is gonna come with us, and we're gonna go to Postino before, and you know, they have their happy hour, so we're gonna eat, get some drinks. I did start reading Ghost Station because I did have about 45-ish minutes between getting ready and now when we're about to leave. And so far we have our girl. She is a psychologist, and she was working there. It seems like there's different space stations and planets where people are going to. We start out where she is kind of in trouble with her work. Works with this disease called ERS, and it's like a mental health disorder. And one of her patients, it sounds like, passed away. And we don't get a ton of details of that, but she is definitely in trouble with work. And they end up sending her to this temporary position on this space station. She's part of this family that's pretty big in the space exploration industry. And her friend is like, this seems weird. Like, you know, anyone else would be fired, but you're getting sent to this strange position on this station. And she's like, well, I don't really have any other choice. It's either that or I kind of, you know, lose my job. And she kind of thinks that they're doing her a solid because of, you know, her family. And so far, I'm not very far in. I think I'm like 10% in, but she has gone into the cryo chamber and she is on her way to the station. So we're already getting kind of like a spooky claustrophobic moment where she's just like waiting in her cryo chamber thing for someone, and she's like, hello, like, let me out of here. And she's like, I don't know if they're hazing me or like what's going on, or if they're just like telling me they don't want me here because of what happened at her previous station and with that person that passed away. So yeah, I know the synopsis says that we focus on, you know, there seems like there's something at the station, but also the people seem a little mysterious too. So I can't wait to see where this goes because I know S.A. Barnes is a great writer, and yeah, I'm excited for a very spooky space book since This World Is Not Yours was not that. So yeah, we're gonna go get lunch and go see the movie.
It's a pretty good story. It's like, I guess they're so cheap and easy to make that they just...
It's Sunday night now. I have washed my face. I'm all ready for bed. I didn't do a great job at getting my mascara off though. Went to Postino, had our usual roasted cauliflower and sweet potato fries. Let's talk The Substance. It's so good. Oh my gosh, The Substance is amazing. It has so much to say. The commentary just around beauty and being a woman and aging is so good. The body horror for sure there. Like, if you are squeamish, be prepared because there's tons of body horror, and everything's just so well done. I love the story, and it gets weird. It definitely is camp at parts, and the ending is just a wild, bonkers time. It's so out there, so fun. The last 20 minutes, I think I was just smiling the whole time. I was just so thrilled by this movie and where it went, and it didn't take itself too seriously, but at the same time, it still had so much to say. I'm in love with it, and might be my favorite movie of the year, perhaps. I just loved it so much. So I'm thrilled. The acting was great. The writing was great. Just the overall premise, I was like, yes. There's also kind of like a nod to The Shining in there that I loved. I was like, oh, that's so smart. And when it started, I was like, I wonder if that's like has to do with The Shining. And then in the end, you're like, yeah, it is. I loved it. Phenomenal. A++, all the stars. I was just so happy and like bouncing and just like thrilled after leaving that movie, because I was just like, wow, that was even way better than I could have anticipated it being. So please go see it. And you know, I love beauty horror, so it was right up my alley, and the body horror is for sure there. But so fun, so good. And we came home. I have been doing some laundry. I've been editing a video. Drew was watching football, and I got done with a video, the thumbnail and everything, and I'm exporting the video now. So I just got to upload it into YouTube and write out my description. So proud of myself for getting that done. I have read a little bit more of the book and I'm really liking it. Our girl, she's kind of struggling. This space station, the people there, they aren't really excited about her being there. And she gets there and it's kind of a similar situation where they have recently lost a team member. And she is there, she's taken over the bunk, and she's come there because she is a psychologist and she works on this like mental illness called ERS, I believe. And it's essentially kind of like seasonal depression, but think like space depression, if that makes sense, just because like people weren't really made to be living in space, and that it could cause depression and it can spread, and you know, it could really make life hard for a lot of these people working at these different stations and on different planets. So that's kind of what she's working on. And one of the members of this station passed away from that, sadly. And the rest of the team is like, they don't really want her there. I believe she's just really wealthy. Her family got her this job and she shouldn't really have a job right now because of what happened. And she's kind of just going through meeting all these people and dealing with their animosity, really. And she's actually sleeping in the bunk that the girl that passed away was sleeping in, which makes sense because they probably only have limited space. But it turns out we're kind of having questions about what happened to this girl. Things don't seem super clear, and I think she's gonna try to get to the bottom of it because something seems a little bit off. We're also kind of learning our girl had something happen in her past. We don't know about it yet, but she's like talking about how this happened. She's not gonna like let her mind go back there, but everything's pretty mysterious so far. But I like the build up in the story so far is good. I'm curious to see what is actually going on, but I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna lay down. I think I'm gonna read a bit more in bed. It's kind of early. What time is it? Yeah, it's 10:25. I mean, not super early, but maybe I'll read for like 30 minutes to an hour, or we'll just see how I feel. Hi friends, it's Monday afternoon. I just got off work. I am laying in bed. I don't feel so hot. My throat hurts. Last night before bed, it was a little itchy. Give me a little something. Like a little something was going on with my throat. And I drank an emergency and I was like, hopefully it's nothing. Then I woke up and my throat definitely hurts today. I took a COVID test. I don't have COVID, so that's good. But yeah, not feeling so hot. I'm just laying in bed. I'm kind of bummed because I was wanting to go drive up to one of the parks today to see the leaves. I was just going to go by myself after work because I get off at 3 p.m. But yeah, I'm definitely not in the mood to do that. I feel like once I started working from home, I just like get sick way more often. Like if I go out and do anything. My body's just like not used to people. It sucks, but yeah, I'm just like taking it easy. I had some soup. I took some vitamins. I'm gonna text Drew and ask him to pick me up some Zicam and something like that. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow though, so that's like the one thing that I'm kind of like, okay, well, I can't go to the dentist. I'm just gonna take it easy, and hopefully I get feeling better because somehow book club is going to be hosted at my house on Friday. So I'm going to look at it in a positive way. At least I'm feeling back now and I'm getting it out of the way rather than in a couple weeks when we go to Disney World. So yeah, we're 10 days out from going to Disney, so should be good by then. But I don't know. I might take a nap. I might just lay here and read. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I will update you once I do anything. Hi friends, it's Tuesday afternoon. I'm about to head into an appointment. I actually feel so much better today. Thank goodness. I don't know what the deal was yesterday. I woke up this morning, my throat feels much better. I am totally fine. I'm a little bit tired, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just kind of like run down a little bit. I think like all physically, mentally, I've been so busy doing the most and not taking care of myself. Like I've been eating like crap. I've been drinking and, you know, the things you do when you go on lots of trips and vacations and weddings. And I think my body is just mad at me. So yeah, I don't know. And then this weekend, we didn't do a ton to the show. I drank at the show. And I was around a lot of people. Maybe I caught like a cold or something there. I don't know. And then Saturday, I did drink a lot at the Australia party. And then yesterday, I didn't drink much, but I ate a ton of popcorn and had 1 glass of wine before the movie. So, you know, I don't know. I think my body is just like, why? Calm down, please. Can you give me some salad? Which, you know, when you're vegan, you think that would be like what it gets most of the time, but it's not. I'm vegan for the animals and not my health, so it's just like, you know. But I am feeling so much better today. I'm so happy. Yeah, like I said, I'm just a little bit tired. My throat feels fine, so I don't know what was going on. But I have this doctor's appointment. I did call them and I let them know like I had a cold, and they were like, it should be fine. Like they wear masks and stuff, so they said I could still come in. So I'm about to walk in, but I just want to give you a quick update. I did read quite a bit last night. Just like made a little cozy place on my bed to read and have an ambiance video on. I made some tea, though I will say I burnt my tongue so bad on my tea, like the worst tongue burning I've ever had. It was so bad. I was like, oh my God. And it's still, my tongue is still like not okay, but hopefully my tongue feels better and my taste buds are still there. But yeah, I read quite a bit more of the book. I'm like 50-ish% in now, and I'm liking it. It's more like character driven than I thought it was going to be, but we are getting inklings of some spooky stuff going on. We're kind of getting, there are some jump scares so far, like some fake outs, and I'm kind of iffy about those, but it's fine. I'm okay with it. But we have a lot of questions around these people, the station that they're on, and even around our character and her past and her family. And you're kind of just like questioning, okay, why are all these people here? Why did our girl end up coming here, and who brought her here? And what is actually going on this planet? This planet is like frozen over. There were aliens there like many lifetimes ago, but they were killed in an asteroid or something, and now they're like really far under the snow. And the space station is huge. Like when they get there, she's like, this space station is bigger than any station she's ever seen. She's like, I don't even understand really what they would need this much space for, because the planet is not really for profit. It's not one that has anything that they can, you know, make money from, and it's more just like a planet for like a trophy planet, if that makes sense. Like a planet so that whichever corporation owns it or place owns it can say that they own it, kind of situation. But yeah, it's huge and empty, and they feel like there's someone there. Like our girl is like, it feels like someone's here watching me, and she's kind of herself struggling mentally a little bit because she's getting flashbacks to what happened in her past at a station with her family. And this ship, apart from like the sheer size of it, but the like tiles on the floor and like the branding and stuff and just like the decor looks very similar to the station that she was at when the stuff went down. So I think it was like a serial killer. You get kind of like inkling. She talks about it a little bit, and that starts like early on, where there's like a legend of this guy and that kind of just lost it and started murdering people. So it seems like that's connected to her trauma. But yeah, anyway, I gotta go in. I just want to give you a quick update, and I will read a bit more later and I will update you then. Hi friends, it is Wednesday. I'm on my lunch break. I signed on early today, so it's like 10 a.m. I did go to Dollar Tree yesterday and pick up a few like party supplies. I wore a mask and everything, but I'm feeling good. Got some cute stuff for the party, got a little like paint by number thing. But yeah, I didn't read the book. for this book club. It was a self-help book, and I was like, I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm not reading this. I'm sorry. But I will host book club. But yeah, it's kind of, I just hate self-help books so much. It's not for me. And also, like, I don't want to read a self-help book during spooky season anyway. It's spooky book time. But now I'm rambling. Let's talk the book. I'm liking it. It is more character driven. We're getting a lot of like backstory and kind of back and forth. It does seem like it plays in a lot to the plot. So that is okay. But yeah, not a ton of spooky stuff has happened yet. We're just kind of getting little inklings of things, and just little things keep getting worse and worse. I have no idea what's going on whatsoever, so I'm excited to see what ends up happening. Is it aliens? Is it corruption? Is it, you know, the other people on her team? I don't know. I'm liking the whole like spacey space station feel of it all. I think that's good. Yeah, I'm wanting a little bit more horror. I feel like Dead Silence, we get into this scary stuff quickly, and this one it's taking a while, but that's okay. It's more of a slow burn build up so far, but I'm hoping for something super wild to really happen in the end. Here's to hoping. I'm off work now. I'm gonna clean. I have so much stuff in my bedroom, so many clothes just from going on our trip. I haven't fully unpacked from our trip. That's been like 10 days ago. I'm like, how long has it been? I took everything out of my suitcase, but the clothes are just like folded, sitting by my closet. So I have so much I need to get done. I also just did laundry, and the clean clothes have just been sitting in the hamper because my closet is a mess and I have nowhere to put them. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna get the bedroom clean tonight, and then tomorrow I can focus on the rest of the house before people come over for book club on Friday. Hi everybody, it's the next day. I finished Ghost Station last night. I have thoughts. I definitely have thoughts. But yesterday I cleaned. I got the bedroom, all my clothes put away. I'm very proud of myself. It took me like 2 hours. Every time I pack to go anywhere, my closet just ends up in disaster. And yeah, I can't help it, but that's who I am. So I cleaned and listened to the audiobook. And when I got done cleaning, I had dinner and edited a video. I only had like less than an hour left of the book, so I sat down and I read the rest of that. But let's talk about Ghost Station. I didn't love it. I'm going to give it 3 stars. It was fine. It was not enough horror, not enough scary stuff, because even when, like in theory, what was happening to them was scary. Like it should have been scary, but at no point was I scared at all or like really felt much of anything. I feel like the way it was written in the descriptions of things, it was kind of hard to visualize. Like even when I was sitting, like I did listen to some of it on audiobook, of course, but even I feel like I read more than half while reading the physical book, and I was having a hard time kind of visualizing what was going on. I feel like the writing wasn't being descriptive when there was like scary stuff happening, if that makes sense, because I was just trying to like visualize, wait, how is this working together and where is everyone, and I just was struggling to really picture it in my mind to get a full visualization of the scenes that were happening when they were scary. It was making it kind of hard to follow in some parts, and then I feel like the only things that I really understood was when it was like things happening to their person. But if it was a scene where someone's somewhere else and like people are standing around a room and there's like machinery and stuff, I was having a really hard time seeing where everyone was and what exactly was happening. Oh, the pacing, man, it takes so long for anything to happen. I was really hoping like, you know, the first like quarter or so setup, that's fine. I didn't expect for much to happen then, but like the 30 to the 50-ish% point, I was pretty bored and I was just waiting and waiting. We keep getting these internal like introspection kind of dialogues and flashbacks, and it was just kind of too much. Like I was just getting bored at times. And we also get like kind of a cheesy romance that I don't think was necessary. It is a smaller part of the book, but still, I'm just like, why? and yeah, I was having a hard time really caring about the characters all that much. I didn't feel connected to them at all. And when the twist and the reveal comes out, I feel like it's not very shocking. Like, I think it's set up to be like, oh, well, obviously it has something to do with that. And yeah, I don't know. There was something just off about the whole thing for me a little bit. And with this one, I just kept asking myself in my head, I was like, when is the scary stuff coming? Is it gonna come? It doesn't really. Also, the ending, a little bit cheesy. I'm okay with cheesy endings with space movies. I make some exceptions when it comes to space stuff. Like, I really do. Like, space sci-fi, I'm willing to make exceptions because I just am. I don't know. I'm more open to it. I'm like, okay, you do whatever you want to do. There's a lot of like personal things going on here, and I understand we're trying to get character growth, but I feel like we should reach a point where things have escalated so much and things are going so badly that maybe you're not like so focused on yourself and your past and your trauma. There's so much with our main character in her growing up that gets brought into this, and at times I'm like, we get it. Like, we get it. You are having a hard time like with your identity or whatever and who you are. So much is at stake right now. Like, why do we keep talking about this? Because I feel like if I was fighting for my life, I'm probably not having internal monologues about, oh, I'm a horrible person, blah, blah, blah. I'm not my family, you know? Like, I just have a hard time understanding why we are having those conversations during the most high stakes moment of the book. I don't know. And if you have not read S.A. Barnes, skip this one and read Dead Silence for sure. Dead Silence is the better book of the two. Not bad. I still think she's a great writer. And maybe you're someone that doesn't want something super scary, but like want a sci-fi with a little bit of horror and spooky stuff, pick this one up. It might be better for you. But if you're looking for like truly scary horror, do Dead Silence. Not the best reading vlog. We had one fantastic read. William was fantastic. 5-star, love it. Please read it. The other two, well, we had one huge flop. And this one was just fine. 3 stars still isn't bad. I feel like that's kind of like one of the things where I'm like, 3 stars is still okay. Like, it still means it was fine. It was good. But it had issues, So that's where I'm at with the 3-star reads. I'm gonna close out this vlog. Thank you so much for watching through. If you like bookish content, please subscribe. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me a lot. And I'm excited for more spooky horror to come the month of October. And I will bring you along for the ride, of course. But I appreciate you, and I hope you have a great spooky rest of your day.